Obviously, we're looking here at the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin US dollar 1-day chart of Bitstamp. So each line represents a day, green being up day, red being a down day. Now, obviously right now we're coming up on 100K at 98,181, which is just amazing. I don't do many Bitcoin videos, as a matter of fact. Well, I might have done a couple, but I highly believe in Bitcoin as a store of value and have for a while. It's actually, even with my little investment, paid for like entire vacation for my family to the U.S. for 3 weeks with even a friend of one of my sons, and these type of things. So it's really been a great. It's really shown itself to be a great asset to myself personally, and now what's happening in the U.S. politically, it's really amazing. Now I'm not like Didi in the Netherlands who sold his whole house, all his assets, his business, everything, put it in Bitcoin. Now he's reaping the rewards. He's a multimillionaire. I seen he's flying first class now, Anyway, a little bit of a joke, but he's a great one to follow on Twitter and what have you. And there's other things on Twitter like this Soft War by, I think, Jason Lowry. It's now a classified book. It was taken off the shelves by the Pentagon, Department of Defense, because the whole premise is basically Bitcoin is a strategic asset and weapon for any country. But this weapon will actually be one that will create world peace in the end. And that's basically the summary of the book, but I could have bastardized it, so we won't go into that too much. But with the U.S. now talking of setting up a strategic Bitcoin reserve, this is very interesting. So Bitcoin's obviously not going away anytime soon, and it's only going up, as you can see from these charts. Now, the main reason for this video is this yellow line right here. And it's not perfect, because some of these lines I have to move around. Matter of fact, there's another line coming up here we're heading up to, which could be quite interesting down the line here. Speaking of lines. So these are like, support and trend lines, and some of these go way back. A matter of fact, that's what I want to show. This yellow one goes extremely far back to the beginning, back to the start, as the song goes. And so I'm going to now zoom out on this chart. I'm going to show you actually how far back this yellow line goes and the importance of us crossing it right now and hopefully staying above it. But I'm pretty confident we probably will stay above this sometime. We might have some retracements here for the coming weeks or even months potentially, but I don't think so. But this is not financial advice. I'm definitely not a financial advisor. But this yellow line, I think, is really crucial to what we're doing here and where we might be going. So let's go check it out a little deeper. Okay, so here we go, diving in a little bit deeper, more granular, less granular. So you'll get the idea that I had to switch to 3-month, so you get it all in more or less one screen. Now the lines drawn at an angle like the yellow one and other ones, those are like trend lines, as they call them. Support lines are more horizontal, like you see up here, So just so the official terminology. This is just something I follow out of pure curiosity and trying to prove it wrong and finding out I should probably put, a few €100 in and see what happens, right? Okay, so here we are, and the line we want to follow is this bottom one, and you'll see it starts here at the top of back in 2012, actually 11, and then you can see it. I mean, we're not zoomed in that deep, so you don't see all the different touch points if you get more granular or more zoomed in. But you see how it's touching. So the whole thing with these lines, you have to have them touching either as support or resistance. And you can see that happening here with this line. We're going to keep following this line. Now it switches to be the top yellow line here. And then we get into more of today. And now I'm going to zoom in on this little area here. So once again, this is a 3-month chart, same chart we looked at in the beginning. These two lines cross in like 2020, and then it keeps going up. And you can see once again we have multiple touch points along the way here. And this is where we're at right now, this yellow line. So this was just something, for me personally, this is something I've been following very closely to see, okay, 2011, 2012, that was like the start of it all, the big power, the most powerful of the power moves. Bitcoin always has power moves every bull cycle, every two or 3 years. It gets to these huge power moves, and a year and a half down, then again these power moves. We're in one right now that could last as long as a year from now, in the 2025 end of the year. might only last to the summer, might end right now. Heck, who knows? And this yellow line might be key to some of that, right? Don't know, but since it's such a long trend line, it is something to pay attention to. So let's zoom back in here. So let's switch this back up to 1 day. Okay, now we're back at logarithmic. 1 day, you can see we've crossed over that yellow line here. Now what I fully expect is similar to what it did in other times, is that it would go on top of it, like back in back here when we hit the first, the last all-time high in this cycle just a year ago. Well, not even a year ago. We got above it, and we stayed above it. Actually, support, tested it, support, and then it broke it, and then teased it back up. But you see, then we got below it here tremendously. It was with that huge sideways, which was great for the market. And then if we cruise back up, we're finally up to it again. So, obviously this is a key point. And key being that this could be an area where we jetson up to 100 thou, bounce around up here, then really take off to the races. Or potentially we're just flirting with it right now. Markets love to trick everybody out. Whales love to take advantage of these situations, and they'll all sell it, and then we'll go back down here and hang around just below it and work up into the new year, and then again shoot up. All I know is there's a ton of enthusiasm in this market. So for me, it's like just an extra thing. A very important extra thing. It means a good vacation or not, or what have you. However, seeing it like this and seeing all the news, it might become more of an important thing for me and for many of you out there. This Bitcoin is really looking interesting. There's some people that say, forget all the other XRP or ADA or all these other, even Ethereum and all these other coins, and for sure the meme coins like Doge and all that, although Doge is kind of interesting because of what Musk is doing with the Department of Government Efficiency, which is quite interesting. That could just shoot up out of nowhere because of that, because of one tweet, one joke that he makes, So anyway, these are very funny little things, and they're making people money, but on the other hand, Bitcoin's where it's at. That's the granddaddy. That's the store of wealth. That's what the U.S. strategic, fund will be, Bitcoin, and that's what countries, banks, institutions, and individuals and businesses like MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, they're putting in millions upon millions, billions into Bitcoin. And there's no sign of it stopping anytime soon. So once again, not financial advice, but these charts look very encouraging right at this point. And when things go parabolical, there's no telling exactly where it's going to end. So skin in the game, that's what it's all about. And that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Once again, not financial advice at all. And whatever you do, just, stay faithful to God. That's the most important thing in my book. So yeah, God bless, take care, and I hope this helps you.